What up, everybody? I'm your host, JP, and this is my co-host, Josh.
Hey, everybody.
And welcome back to another episode of the FilmBros podcast. All right, y'all. So it's that time of year. It's disease season. I'm not feeling 100%, but I am still here to help with this episode. Obviously, this is the FilmBros podcast. Me and Josh be doing this on a regular. Right. An episode will not go down, but my voice is a little strained today, so Josh is going to be kind of picking up a little bit of the slack today, but for the most part, we are going to be talking about the little things. It won't be a huge episode because of my voice, and we'll just kind of keep it nice, neat, and a little compact today. Okay, a little compact. But first things first, and maybe this is the reason why I lost my voice. Maybe I was just screaming a little too much to the heavens at the end of the day, because this week it was announced that Netflix officially bowed out. They didn't give up. They just said, hey, we're not going to pursue something. And what Netflix basically said was, we're not overpaying. All right, we're not going to overpay for a product. We're going to pay the proper amount. Paramount has finally won the bidding war against Netflix, which it was crazy. Netflix technically won. They had a signed deal that, like I said, they put out a Netflix post or little emails that were basically saying that this merger was going to happen. They had everything in the bag except for the regulatory process. Obviously, we talked about that. They seemed that they were going to have a few hurdles if this deal was going to go through. When it came to legislation, to the DOJ, President Trump was involved at one point. Ted Sarandos was supposed to go to the White House and meet with the AG and possibly the president to discuss the terms of moving this deal forward. And ultimately, at the end of the day, they said, first, Paramount basically had the better bid. While Ted Sarandos was at the White House, they basically pulled out of the deal. So they right in the middle of everything that was happening to keep things moving forward, it just took a sudden halt. They gave them 4 more after Paramount put on their final bid, which was $111 billion. They said that they were going to pay the 2.5 to cancel out Netflix's contract. They said that they were going to, unfortunately, and these are the downsides that we're going to talk about as well. They're going to be cutting a lot of costs. There's going to be a lot of jobs that are going to be missing as well. So Paramount is the victorious one. Netflix has been coping. They've been going around talking to people. We have some leaked audio from David Zaslav himself. But at least first things first, Josh, what do you think about Paramount taking the W? I mean, for what it's worth. I mean, they're taking both the whole enchilada for $111 billion versus what Netflix was putting down for half the enchilada, the movie side, which was only $72 billion. So,
I mean, after what we consider was a loss, all the gloating Netflix and Paramount were doing, Netflix and WB were doing in front of Paramount, after all of that, they still managed to put it at the ass and get it done. I lost hope. I was just like, damn, this is mad, like, embarrassing. I thought it was
mad hopeless right now.
I thought it was embarrassing. I was like, get off your knees, Paramount. Come on.
Get a grip, David.
Yeah. But no, fucking, they did it. They put it at the ass. They just fucking... They did that shit, bro. They did that shit. All right. I think it's crazy that Netflix heard the deal that they made up and was like, damn, that's too expensive. We ain't doing that. We ain't got those kinds of numbers in us. And then WBD was probably like, oh, shit. Oh, damn, they did it. We fucking... The fact that these two are now in, like, cahoots corresponding, whatever. Like, I know they say it's still in its early stages and that they got the California government to go through and all that stuff. Crazy shit, but that just means it's one step closer to being finalized. So the fact that they got it done is insane.
I mean,
I had no faith. I lost faith.
Even with this California process and everything that they still got to kind of go through, at the end of the day, everybody seems to be on the same boat that Paramount has an easier time collecting this versus what Netflix was going to basically do. So, I mean, at the end of the day, I think Paramount probably had the better bid all the way through and through, from payment to the regulatory process. It seems like it's going to be a smoother process than when Netflix was. I never lost hope. I never lost hope. I even told you too in the past episodes, like if you notice, like when Paramount was having these discussions, that's when Zach was putting out like Snyderverse stuff. That's when Joe Mangelo was over here putting out Snyderverse stuff. I know Paramount's gonna do good because we got to be honest. That's kind of gonna lead us to what the pros and cons were, and we kind of talked about it in our last episode. But Paramount is, let's go with Netflix first because Netflix was kind of like the winner at one point. If Netflix was going to win, a lot of people were kind of worried about the theatrical experience. They were worried about what the product was going to look like because it could possibly just look like Netflix content, right? A lot of people were thinking that it was going to be a lot of woke stuff. That was another concern when it came down to the Netflix deal and all that stuff. Now that Paramount is the winner, Paramount has the pros and cons, and a lot of people think it's the worst kinds too because, like I said, first things first, as the studios merge, where Netflix was thinking that they were going to keep jobs and make more jobs and everything, Paramount's actively going to cut a bunch of jobs because, debt and whatnot. Both of them got debt, and they're gonna have to cut to basically make it into a neat thing. Paramount, obviously, and they've talked about this themselves, David Ellison, last year they basically, there is no other way of putting it, and even David Ellison and Dennis Sinanelli, which is the chief financial officer, basically said 2025 was a year of underperformance when it came to the box office, unfortunately. And a lot of people pointed that out too. Like Paramount basically was snubbed from a lot of awards. They didn't get a lot of awards. They didn't make a lot of money at the box office. So they're like, well, how are you guys going to, bounce back from that? And, to be honest, they do have a point. They did say that Skydance didn't buy Paramount until last year. So Paramount was kind of in a different spot. So right now they're in a rebuilding phase. They want WB to basically rebuild Paramount into this super studio, basically. Have the IP. They're going to have to cut some people around and all that stuff. So, and one thing's for sure, a lot of people really rooted for Paramount because of the whole theatrical experience. But a lot of people are asking, do they have the money to put out those 30 films a year like they said?
Right. I mean, not maybe it's gonna be a lot harder. Every movie's gonna be made with $5 and a dream. But I mean, I can't imagine that they're gonna be putting out. I mean, outside the DC stuff, I can't imagine everything they're gonna be putting out is gonna be 500 mil, 400 mil, whatever. Like they're gonna have to really take it back to the beginning and pay their actors fairly, but also not too expensive, so that way they can recoup whatever movie they make, assuming that they're not flops, assuming that they do good in the box office, and pay whoever they need to pay. So you don't expect that kind of thing. 30 movies is crazy. Both studios, 15 and 15, that's crazy throughout the whole year. I mean, at that point you're also fighting with whatever Fox puts out. I mean, you're basically fighting with Disney and Sony. But I mean, Sony,
they're always fighting with them because that is the competition. But the thing is if you're cutting jobs, how is it 30 films viable? Right? That's my thing. If you're saying 30 films, that's me thinking that both studios are running at full functionality with full staffing. But if you're cutting people down, those 30 films are going to turn to 20 really fast. Those 20 films are going to turn to 16 really fast. So it
just depends on what they're cutting. Honestly, like if they're from the jump, like, okay, everybody that's working on a TMNT movie, work on this. That's dead in the water. Like,
it's going to be more like,
it just depends on what they destroy, basically.
Like it's going to be mostly like, we don't need 2 production crews. Right? It's gonna be like that. Like we don't need, like if WB has like 5 and Paramount has 5, they're like, well, all we need is 8. We're cutting 2. Boom. There you go. So now you have 4 and 4. Yeah, you still have the right amount, whatever, 4 and 4 for both studios, but you just cut off 2 people from each side. Now it's like, it shrinkens the whole basically, right? So I mean, I understand that part. Another issue that a lot of people brought up, and I didn't want to bring it up until after the fact, but now that things are actually kind of going through, we got to kind of talk about it. Paramount has been on this kind of ride of like signing a lot of
WBD
writers,
conspirators.
ex-conspirators, people that basically, worked in Hollywood, got, Me Too'd at one time. A known person as of right now who's making Rush Hour 4 is Brett Renner right now. But as of right now, Paramount also is kind of swinging for the fences. They're saying that they're going to revive a lot of their IP. G.I. Joe is one that's on the table, as well as Transformers. We've heard that Michael Bay might be coming back. We've talked about this before as well. Danny McBride is being tapped to pitch a new G.I. Joe movie along with Max Landis. They are going to be penning some scripts and see what's coming out. But the issue is Max Landis, because, like I said, he has had some allegations thrown at him, along with Brent Reiner, Brent, the person Retner, the one who's going to be making Rush Hour 4.
Right.
He also has some allegations, so that's kind of giving some people. I mean, they're saying that he's cutting jobs, but it looks like he's hiring people. To me,
right, a lot of directors, writers, and film people.
They don't have the best history, but
right. I was gonna say, like, if they're people that had a bad past and they're trying to give them a way up, I guess it's not too bad. Or is this like, woke got to them, so we're gonna fight back and bring them? You know what I mean? Like, if it's the first option, that's pretty bad. If it's the second option, trying to bring them up after a shitty past, like if they're doing it for the right reasons, I guess it's like a little better, but it's still wrong. So it's like, I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I mean, I'm gonna joke about it a little bit, but at the same time, it is a serious thing, because it's like, okay, you hire these people back. Next thing you know, we hear some rumors about like behind the scenes shit that's happening, and let's say it's because it's the Max Landis guy, and we're just like, oh shit, we were rooting for Paramount a month ago.
We're just gonna fucking. It's just gonna be like, damn, you fucked up already. The deal ain't even pen to paper yet. Like, fuck.
he's just like, I'm a dog off his leash.
Yeah, like,
crazy.
what are you gonna do? I work for the company that the president wanted. Like, bro, keep it together.
That's another downside I gotta say is, a lot of people are kind of looking at this kind of weird hat. I mean, let me see if Max Landis over here has been in other things, or at least doing things recently since his Me Too firing. Let me see, Max Landis right here. He worked on Bright, Chronicle, Mr. Right. Recently, 2017, Third Gently Holistic Detective Agency. He was a writer for the Society Endangered Species in 2023. A lot of, the cancellation worked. Let's just be honest, because he's not been doing anything since basically 2017, and that's when the whole Me Too movement basically came out in the biggest way possible. Shadow in the Cloud. So he worked on this one as well. I don't even remember this movie at all. That movie was in 2020. The Death of Batman. He was a writer for The Death of Batman. What is that? Is that like
I have no idea.
Is that a cartoon?
I think so. Looks like it. I've never heard of it.
But yeah, so I mean, he hasn't really been around. So I mean, I guess he really did get Me Too'd. He's trying to make a comeback, and Paramount's giving him that help. I don't know. A lot of people were kind of looking at this a little weird. And last but not least, after the Paramount deal came out, leaked audio from David Zaslav himself doing his best to talk up his staff basically over there at WBD. Basically saying that Paramount deal was a whiplash kind of feeling. Zaslav saying on a call that together we are a great company, talking to all of his staffers, saying it's not easy, but we're getting bigger and we're getting stronger. And you guys are the envy of everyone in the business. He goes on to say that everything happened very quickly. For us, even the speed was whiplashly. Zaslav says that Paramount acted with determination in pursuing WBD. That WBD went through a rigorous and thorough strategic reviewing process, which wound up giving Paramount the upper hand. And Zaslav said, if Warner Brothers is going to survive, then we need to be bigger and we need to be global. Zaslav added that some of these companies are getting so big that they can just run over us. A lot of that, he's coming from like YouTube and all that stuff because YouTube TV is coming up. So he's kind of looking at all the companies that are kind of an issue right now. At the end of it, and this is kind of like where a lot of people were kind of taking some issue with this leaked audio right here. WBD basically says that David Zaslav says that the deal is not closed yet. It's not a done deal. He goes on to say the deal may not close. It might take 6 to 18 months. And if it doesn't close, then they get $7 billion and they just get back to work. And the $7 billion would be a breakup fee because of the fact that they could not get it through, let's just say, the regulatory process, or something falls through that the deal just cannot go through, or whatever. A lot of people were looking at that whole last sentence a little sideways, basically saying that Zaslav is playing the game and he's kind of hoping that this stuff doesn't go through so he could just get more money. Maybe that's why he was a little bit favorable. And, this kind of leads to my theory and all that. Maybe that's why he was a little bit more favorable to Netflix. Maybe he knew that he was going to get the money and then at the end of the day not sell because Netflix doesn't have a regulatory a chance at the regulatory process because they were getting ridiculed and basically shot up before the plane was even taking off. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, that one was kind of a weird one for a lot of people, for Zaslav to kind of say that business as usual and that this deal might not close.
Yeah, he's just like, you guys are the best. We're not losers. We're winners. We're people are jealous of us. And if you don't know, that thing might not even happen. Like,
Mm-hmm.
like what the fuck? Just slid that in right there. I mean, but Zaslav is a fucking has to be a scam artist, right? Like he has to be like that guy. You know what I mean? He has to be thinking like, how can I get more money? Like he's greedy. I feel like it's greed, and Paramount could totally, not get it. I guess if all that California stuff does happen and go through, but at the same time,
I think a lot of
if
people are
it
making it a big deal. I read into that, and it doesn't seem like it's going to be a big issue. The bigger thing, it just seems like,
how are they gonna be lucrative?
basically, are you going to provide equity to Hollywood and California? Basically, is the question. And
Yeah,
I mean, on paper, it sounds like it, but they just got to get creatives and stuff like that. Not like the one that we just passed by, but if the allegations are true, but they got to get like creatives and stuff that are gonna actually do something for the box office over there at Paramount. Because let's just be honest, the Paramount, you know, let's just if Netflix had them beat on one thing, it was streaming, and that was it, right? I think
right.
that was basically it. Let's be honest too. When it comes down to maybe like movies that people wanted to watch, I don't think people were buzzing too much about Paramount movies last year, right? They're still putting out like He-Man. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. Does it sound like a fun thing? Yeah, but not a lot of people want to watch it. Same thing with Dungeons and Dragons. Was it fun? Yes, but not a lot of people want to watch it. They need to put out movies that a lot of people want to watch, right? Like Oppenheimer, like Barbie. Like Paramount refuses to put out a movie since the early 2000s that people remember. They even shut down their own Transformers franchise, which is crazy. They let The Rock hijack the GI Joe franchise and it did nothing. It's like, what are we doing, Paramount? Like, you just don't, like, years of just like barely doing anything, and then they get bought out by Skydance, and we're hoping that something's going to change, which it seems like it. I mean, the pursuit for this WBD thing really shows what kind of determination David Ellison has, and in my opinion, what he could possibly do for the company if he actually gets the time to build it up.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. That shit's fucking nuts. They were probably like, David Ellison, get WBD or it's your ass. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
they 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 put some fire in him for sure.
Well,
And I mean, it worked. It worked. Like,
he
you can't
went
even be
everywhere.
mad.
He went to the Arab Fund. He went to He went to daddy to get some money as well. He's refinancing. Let's just be honest. There's a lot of things in this deal that is setting him up for a lot of debt. But if played right, they could possibly come out victorious. It's just more of Paramount playing their cards right. But I mean, I'm excited for this. There's a lot of things that are happening. One thing that a lot of people are, obviously shaky of is, as well, what's going to happen to, DC over there? Is the DCU going to continue? And like we said about 2 years ago when it was first announced, or 3 years ago, 2023, when he shot the slate in the foot, right? We said it's not going to last long. It's not going to last long. Unfortunately, he's a one-show pony. Everybody's beginning to see it. It's becoming so apparent. Clayface is no longer getting an IMAX screening. Everything is just going downhill over there at the DCU. Paramount's going to restructure, and it's going to be the end of the James Gunn, Peter Safran run. So short-lived. Just like, I honestly, it's probably going to be as long as maybe Zack Snyder's run, and that's about it.
I think it's gonna be shorter than Zack Snyder's, which is crazy because
Snyder put out
it's
what? Man of Steel. He produced Suicide Squad, Wonder Woman, BVS, and then he came back for Zack Snyder's Justice League. So that's 5 movies.
right.
James Gunn is getting, I mean, if you count Creature Commandos, then Superman, Supergirl, Man of Tomorrow, Clayface. That's 5 movies. 5 and 5.
Oh, yeah, I mean, it just didn't feel that long. You know what I mean?
It
It didn't feel long at all. And to be fair,
To be honest, this feels like the longest because he's just not nonstop talking. I feel like I've been out of like the whole James Gunn thing since the first year, but he is the head of the DC studio, so he's in our mouths. It has to happen.
right. It's just, I mean, victory, vindication. I don't know. I feel like we called this, and people probably heard us, and we're like, we're haters. But no, we do think he's a one trick pony. The fact that people were so blinded by whatever he did with Superman, and to be like, oh, it's peak, it's great. This is gonna last for another 10 years. I mean, the superhero genre won't. So I doubt his DC will either. And this just proves it. They could totally fucking. Not only could they keep him on, but they could also look at everything he's doing and be like, how can we make this fit a quote unquote agenda, depending on if they're gonna be pushing that kind of shit or not.
Mhm.
So I don't know. I don't know. Maybe James Gunn really is out of a job in a couple years. Who knows?
Oh well, his contract is up this year, so probably by like this year.
No.
It just
Okay.
really
Yeah. See?
depends on the performance of Supergirl. I'm pretty sure. Netflix had a better. Um, I feel like because Zaslav was talking him up, Netflix was kind of like, okay, I'm willing to see what James Gunn does, and was willing to give him the shot whether or not the movie did good or not. Paramount, on the other hand, I don't think they have that patience. I don't think that they're gonna see the performance of Superman and be like, oh, well, it failed to meet Man of Steel standards, which was years back. So it's like, why would we continue with your slate if we can't even off the first movie can't even nail it?
Right.
Hi, go with mommy. Go with mommy. Good morning. Mommy's downstairs. Go with mommy. Close the door. I love you. Bye. He closed it. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Go ahead. You start.
Yeah. I mean, James Gunn's whole thing is like, uh, it's just not gonna last. I don't know where people would feel like it is. I mean, think about it. Zack Snyder just couldn't do it either, and people were considering him a one trick pony. So it's head coin toss. You know what I mean? But I kind of don't care, regardless of if he stays or not. It's probably time to hand it over to somebody else.
Hmm.
Who they will hand it over to, I don't know. I don't really care. I only really cared about what was happening with Zack Snyder's DC, which is crazy to say, but it's true. I don't really. I'm not moving. I'm not feeling the motion of James Gunn's DC universe right now.
No, we need a like I said, maybe not make Zack Snyder the main DCU. That doesn't need to happen. I would say bring him in to finish his story if that's like something, because I think a lot of people will go and watch the finale if they do that. But start a new DCU where where it caters to everybody, and not just James Gunn fans, because that shit is just insane. You know what I mean? Like, if James Gunn would have made a Superman movie that wasn't his thing over and over, it would be a different story today. But
Right.
it is just his thing over and over. Down to the Supergirl trailer. A lot of people just saw the trailer and they're like, wow. Yeah, like, he didn't direct it, but he ghost directed it at this point. Like, I feel like he just put Homeboy's name on there just to be like, yeah, he did it. And in reality, James Gunn was on the camera the whole time, just like, yeah.
He's just making directors' names up so he can get paid and direct more shit under his name.
Yeah,
I
and
don't I
he's
don't
just
really
like,
know.
he's like, no, I didn't do it. I'm not a one trick pony. He did it. I didn't do it. I swear to
I'm
God.
not a one trick pony. I didn't do this, and it's just Guardians one. Fucking
Let us know what you guys think, though. A lot of things are going to be happening with Paramount coming up. We'll try to keep up with as much as we can, but believe me, there's going to be from movie announcements to things being cut to possibly some firings. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see, I guess, at this point. Let us know what you guys think. Is Paramount the winner you expected? Did you guys want Netflix? I need an essay why you wanted Netflix, because I need to know the answers on why you would have wanted that. But let us know what you guys think. Moving on. Josh, Sony CEO Tom Rothman, basically coming out saying that they understand that the spin-off movies weren't amazing, but their Marvel relationship is great, and the Spider-Man spin-off universe is very much alive and will get a complete reboot and start from scratch. Are we excited to see more Sony spin-offs? Will we finally see El Muerto?
I hope they're smarter than this. I hope they learned from their mistakes and decided and knew that one, making villains into the hero was bad. Two, making villain movies without Spider-Man was bad. Three, not deciding on what Spider-Man to use is bad, because you can't use Tom, you can't use Andrews no more, and you can't use Toby's. If they were to, like I said, if they were to put me in the chair, I would make every villain a Ben Riley villain. I would make the Clone Saga. I would do these things just so I can have these bad guys fight it and be like, oh, the only reason our Peter isn't doing it is because he's off doing Avenger shit, whatever. I hope they're smart. I just hope they're smarter about this. I know they said that, oh, they're done. They're done. Of course, they're not done. They got shit they got to do. They got contracts to keep. And if they want to keep them, they got to produce something Spider Man related.
I mean, they're
So,
still doing like the Spider-Man Noir. We saw the trailer and all that stuff. I mean, that's technically a Spider-Man spin-off. I don't know if that's what he was talking about.
oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, that one. Silk, that hasn't had any motion either. I don't know. If it's villain centric, keep it. If it's other Spider Man, okay, hand it over. No problem.
So you don't want no more Vulture spin-offs? You don't want to.
No.
You don't want a Morbin time. You don't want Morbin time. It's Morbin time.
No, and I don't need another Venom. I don't need that stuff. It's okay.
Weren't you a fan of Craven the Hunter?
I
So
enjoyed it for what it was. It was still kind of ass. Can't deny that it was ass. I could like it, and it can still be ass.
so if there was any spin-offs coming out, what would you kind of? You said
I
Ben
don't.
Riley already. You say like Ben Riley villains and all that stuff,
Yeah,
but like
yeah.
anybody else that you would want to see?
I don't see why we haven't gotten like a Spider-Man 2099 movie. Why I
I,
haven't gotten
I always
like
wanted like a
something cool.
live action one where like Spider-Man gets like the four arms and actually turns into a spider and all that stuff in a way. Like
Oh yeah, the man spider.
they should
Yeah,
do like a
that
horror movie like that. That'd be crazy. That'd be
that would be
like
kind of crazy.
a sick Sony like it's like a Spider-Man spinoff where like Spider-Man goes like through a derangement syndrome or some shit like that, and it just like turns him into an evil spider. That'd be cool. That'd be cool. That'd be cool. That'd be like give him a shotgun and we'll be all right. No, just we're gonna get everybody coming out at us if you give Spider-Man a shotgun. Don't give him a shotgun.
Right, right. Don't give him a shotgun. I think Man Spider could be cool if they really wanted to do like a horror movie, but they don't have the. That's the thing. Sony ain't got the creatives. They don't have the balls for that kind of thing.
Mm.
We're gonna have to pay some YouTuber to do it, like
So we gotta
like
we
that.
gotta go a little bit smaller. So just be like Get Electro and make an Electro movie.
Like Electro. I mean, that's the thing. I don't want to just do random ass villains for the sake of that shit. I don't care. No one should care so much about the villain.
Electro anti-villain. Imagine he's just like his power's been off all his life, and now he's just like, I hate when the power's off, and now he gets his powers, and he's always the lights are always on. He's never turning the lights off. Never.
He's like, I ain't got the funds to pay this bill, so we're just gonna keep it on
Right,
ourselves.
right. All the time, all the time. I don't know. I honestly thought these spin-off things were done for, and I thought, especially what Tom Rothman is saying, like I know that their relationship with Marvel is amazing, and I know Kevin Feige has kind of been helping out Sony like tremendously. Like he says it's beneficial on both ends, but obviously it's beneficial for somebody else, and I think Sony is the one who kind of gets the bigger bag out of all of this. Obviously, Marvel gets the toys and all that stuff, but at the end of the day, Sony gets the movies. Um, do they sell more toys? Probably. I don't know. I guess it just depends. But I do think that they should be. What we thought in the beginning, where like they were gonna make these spin-offs, and then eventually, Spider-Man will go from the MCU into a Sony movie or whatever, right? In the same universe, but just in their own little pocket, and then jump back into the
Right.
Marvel movies. And they just never did it that way. They were just like, we'll put Spider-Man in a trailer on a poster, but then we'll totally remove that shit when the movie comes out. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. That's just because they don't think, bro. They just like, hey man, let's give them a little Easter egg. Let's give them fake spider people living in the Amazon. Who gives a fuck about any of that, bro?
And they look
Whatever
like
happened
Tobey
to
Maguire's
just
Spider-Man is crazy.
yeah, let's just why don't they ever just fucking Spider-Man and bad guys? It's not that hard, Sony. I promise.
I don't know. I don't know. I thought these spin-offs were done for, but him coming out saying that they might be more kind of worries me a little bit. Kind of worries me. Just like, why are you gonna assault my vision again? why are you gonna assault all my four senses? That's right. I can smell the bullshit coming from the screen. That's
All
right.
right, man.
That's right. But let us know what you guys think. I want to know your guys' spin-off ideas. Apparently, they're not done, right? We could kick them and beat them up and punch them down and, trick them into putting a movie back into theaters that, nobody really cared about. But they will continue chugging along, apparently. That Sony is relentless in its grind. Let us know what you guys think. Unfortunately, let us know what you guys think. Moving on, Josh, we've got the picture, the photo, the image, if you will, the one that is going to basically prove if Amazon has what it takes to adapt such a historic video game franchise. God of War, Ryan Hurst and Caleb Vinson is basically given the red carpet treatment on the internet, unfortunately, because let's just be honest, the red carpet treatment on the internet is basically a beat up job or a praise job. There's no in between, right? And let's just be honest, this picture went down the pipeline of a beat up job, unfortunately. We got the first image of both of them, Kratos and Atreus. With a lot of people having a lot of things to say. Now, there is one thing that really threw me off because I made my opinion. I know you made your opinion. We're going to hear that in a second. But the very next day, okay, Ryan Hurst himself went on Instagram to post, "Don't believe everything you see on the internet, kids." A little baffling.
Oh shit.
Because Prime Video put it out themselves. So I don't know if this was fake. I don't know if this was AI. A lot of people were saying that this is AI generated, that this can't be real. But Ryan Hurst basically said that don't believe everything you see on the internet. But like I said, Prime Video themselves posted this picture. Are we being trolled, or is this really a God of War image? Is this the first God of War image? I don't know. What do you
I,
think, Josh?
I had no idea that he said that shit, and then Paramount right behind him was like, "It's real." You don't know what you're talking about, dude. It's fucking real. I mean, like we have our complaints about this picture. I mean, you said you think Trace is a little too. You thought he was a little too
Well,
fat, fucked up,
let's start there. Let me just go ahead and just start ripping into this picture. First of all, man doesn't
messed
have
up.
any abs. His beard is just wrinkly and frail. It's not even full. Trey's, I don't remember him being Hubsbillah. Unfortunately, he's not the image that I was thinking. Ryan Hurst as Kratos, I really see. I see. Um, I see the what is it called? The final result, but they just didn't. It feels like they went halfway with it, and it just looks cosplay. At the end of the day, this looks not like a real thing. This looks like a middle-aged man and his child just played dress up and took a picture together.
Yeah, he's just like, hey man, where the fuck did you get that camera from? No,
Yeah, right.
I mean, I kind of like I said, I don't really mind Atreus. I don't really. I mean, he looks okay. I'm more concerned about Kratos. I mean, even if you look at the bands on his arm, they don't look
Like the game.
like bands. They look like fucking. Just look so different from the game. Kratos is red. The red he has looks should be darker. Yeah. I mean,
Well, it's supposed to be faded because it's the older ones.
yeah,
So I
but
mean,
even in the game, it's still darker than what this is.
I do like you could see the scar obviously where he got stabbed in the was it the second or third video game?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean
His
he has
beard isn't as full. You're right.
the scar on his eye. You see the Levithian axe in the back. I don't know. I think at the end of all of this, it just looks fake. So are we being trolled? Is my question.
No, I don't. I mean, I don't think so. I just hope that this. I just hope it looks better in practice, like when we get a trailer and all that stuff.
So you
But
think
other than that,
you think it needs
I,
some VFX work and stuff?
yeah, I mean, I hope they take the criticisms of this fake or not fake picture and we get like good shit out of it. But other than that, like, it does look kind of weird. Not that Kratos picture. That's crazy. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't. I have my issues with it for sure, but I think I'm still gonna tune in. Like that's my thing.
This is the one.
That's messed up.
This is the one.
That's messed up.
That's the one. Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. I thought this was the real picture, and I'm really to give it. I'm really to give it an F for failure. Unfortunately, but if this is really them just pulling our legs and it's gonna look different, I understand that Kratos just throwing his game in the trash. Look at that. He saw the screen and was like, "What the fuck." This is crazy. I can't believe that one. A Temu Kratos. Somebody said. I mean, they got good casting too. Ed Skrein is supposed to be playing Boulder, which I
Yeah,
mean,
I saw that.
he's really good. And I see him. If you think about it, he played somebody before who felt no pain.
Right. In Deadpool.
Deadpool, yeah.
Yeah, Deadpool.
Now he's back. Now he's back to do it again. To do it again, because let's just be honest, he felt pain in Rebel Moon. He felt pain there, 100%. He felt
Oh,
pain.
100%. He was just like, oh
100%.
fuck.
But yeah, I don't know, Josh. Father and son duo. If these were the characters in the video game, would you play the video game? Is the question.
No, no. I think Christopher Judd and the kid that plays the Atreus. I don't know what they made magic. Obviously, I think replicating that after they gave such performances. I mean, I cried in the first one and the second one, so it's not really. I don't know what they are gonna do to flesh this out. I
Mm,
mean, I hope it isn't like it's gonna take us 3 seasons to get to Jotunheim. You know what I mean?
yeah.
I hope it's not gonna be 2 seasons of the winter and finding people and getting the shit we need to get to fight Odin and all that stuff. Uh, like I hope that's not the case. I hope we can at least get the first season done. To get to Jotunheim, they see the giants are dead. Whatever they quite literally fast tracked fucking um the Fimbulwinter by killing Balder. Like I hope all that's done in season one, and then season two we get where we are with Ragnarok, and then season three they can get creative if they really wanted to. They could follow Atreus. You know what I mean? They since we haven't had that, they can have Atreus be his own person, and we can see him and his magic and go on different trails. We can have Kratos being with Freya, trying to lead the council of war or whatever. Then have them reunite to fight Egyptian gods, whatever. Like I hope we get something like that,
You
and
say
then I
you
hope
say we're gonna see cosplaying Kratos and his son do all that? That's crazy. I can't wait for it. I can't wait for it.
I'm seeing maybe you're being so hateful. It's not fair.
I can't wait until they start running through the woods in their little cosplay costumes. It's gonna be amazing. I can't wait. Are we gonna see a giant serpent with
That'd be
costumes? Like,
I would
I mean, if they're look, man, if they're saving money on the costume department, they better be giving me some crazy serpents, my boy. I want to see a serpent. I want to see. They should be getting what's her name? Karen Ann Doll. They should be getting her back as the wife as well. Start putting her up in there in the flashbacks. They can kind of
oh yeah.
work on that too. But I mean, at the end of the day, this just did not hype me up at all. I was hoping the first reveal was gonna be like magnificent. I thought it was gonna be like a cool photo of like Kratos right behind his son or something. This just seems like I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. And you're right. The video games is crazy because, you know, I would be playing the video games and be like, holy shit, Odin is totally doing something to my screen right now. I can't see through all this water in my eye. Holy shit, what's going on right now? But like at the end of the day, those games were so great that when you see something like this, it just doesn't compare.
I mean, obviously,
Doesn't
but
compare.
I'm hoping it's a little better in practice.
And
So
and it's fucked up too because it's like we have an image of what these characters should look like, and neither of these people fit the description. They're both
right,
lacking in like some area. They're lacking in like some area. You know what I'm saying? Like what you're
right,
saying about the paint. I mean, I think we even said as well together, like the ab thing. Like he in the game, he was out of shape in a way, but at the same time, he was still like in shape, right? Like he was older, but like in a more, I guess, hide out, but I keep myself in shape kind of shape. You know what I'm saying? Like that. So
yeah,
he had a different build altogether, and
yeah.
then
Like
Atreus had a
I can live
different build
comfortably.
altogether.
Yeah, like he's like I can live comfortably and eat what I need to, but also stay in shape should a threat come to pass,
hmm
and
Or
that's what happened.
basically just to keep himself alive, right? Chopping wood, keeping himself in
Yeah,
shape to carry all that shit. Yeah.
yeah. So I mean, and Atreus was thin. I would imagine by straight discipline of Kratos and fucking uh Frey, Freya,
hmm
or not Freya. What's her name? What was her name? Faye.
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 hmm
So I mean, yeah, half and half. I don't know. It looks weird, but I'm gonna wait for a trailer. That's the best way to put it.
All right, we will wait for that trailer, but let's just be honest. I guess let's end it right here once and for all. Josh, first image, not with the trailer.
Okay.
How hyped are you from this
This
for the show? How hyped?
this is a bad first image. So based off image alone, I 2 out of 10.
2 out of 10. I'm right around where you're at for sure. But let us know what you guys think. Check out the image. Is it real? Is it fake? Should we believe what's on the internet this time or should we not? I don't know. Let us know what you guys think. This is an interesting one. I've not seen a studio post a picture and then the actor just be like, no, we're fucking pulling your leg. I swear to fucking God, we're pulling your leg. That's crazy. But let us know what you guys think. Moving on, Josh. Our boy is down, but he's not out. I'm gonna repeat it again. Our boy is down, but he's not out. I don't know. It just really depends on what you think. Where his spot is in life right now, Josh, and that's Jonathan Majors signing a deal with Daily Wire, going to do an action movie directed by Kyle Rankins, and produced by Ben Shapiro, an action movie for their Daily Wire streaming service. Described as being in the vein of Red Dawn and Toy Soldiers. Jonathan Majors is coming back up, sir. He's coming back up. He's taking the Gina Carano route and going the Daily Wire.
I
Josh, hold on. Just one letter I need to hear. W or L? Come here.
fuck. I, L I L I L. I got it. It's not a W. I can't. Yes, it's nice that he's getting a role. It's nice he's getting a shot, but he's getting a shot in the Daily Wire, and their whole thing is picking up people who were, you know, whether how you decide to see it, I'm going to say it this in the way that they think. Okay, so what they like to do is pick people who may have done something wrong, but didn't, see that they did wrong, and are trying to get them to do stuff for them. One, it's because it's a job, and two, it's because if they like to do it, they have a platform to do so on their thing. It's like their whole right wing stuff. You know what I mean? Their whole shtick is like, oh, hey, you are wrong by society. People think you're woke. Nah, come over here, bro. You didn't do any wrong. Pat on the back, love and kisses.
Hmm.
But no, like I do think Jonathan Majors deserves a second shot, but not by signing and shaking hands with the devil. Like that's kind of where I'm at.
I mean, is he the devil for giving second chances? You know,
He works for
would
the
Gina
Daily
Carano have
Wire.
work without him? Is a question.
Gina Carano doesn't want to work there either. She's trying to get back in Disney, bro. Like if it's a stepping stone, if people can see what he's doing, if they can give him a good budget, if they can do what they got to do to get him to do it and come out of straight up streaming stuff, okay, Jonathan Majors can just shake it off. But if he's stuck there, bro, it's gonna be a wrap. It's gonna be wrong. I can't look at my boy this way. I can't.
I mean, are you not tuning into the Daily Wire movie?
No, no, because it's gonna have some dumbass fucking agenda to it that I don't think I'm ready
When a
for.
man gets assaulted in his SUV, wrongfully convicted.
Only Ben Shapiro could give him the role of a lifetime.
Yeah.
Fucking
Only Ben Shapiro could give him a role of a lifetime. It's crazy. That's a crazy sentence to put into the stratosphere right there, sir. I don't know what to say. I do think it's a mild W. Yes, it's a foot in the door to keep his acting skills and to put on his resume that I've been doing movies and stuff like that. But it's kind of like, you know, applying for the hospital when the last place the last place you worked was the animal clinic. You know what I'm
right.
saying? Like now you want to work with people. Like I don't know. Jonathan Majors is very much like, I thought we were gonna see him in a big movie a long time ago. The fact that like, and you say like he shook hands with the devil. Like, what did Ben Shapiro do? Like, Grim Reaper his way to his doorstep and was like, "We heard you had some trouble." you know?
Something like that, bro. Like everybody, I can't help it, bro. I don't think this was a good idea. Will I see it? Sure, down the line, whenever it's ready, I will check it out. But
I guess
oh
if it's
my
worth
god,
a
I feel so
watch, right?
weird.
I mean, we've heard of the Gina Carano movies. I think they even made like that Snow White movie that was supposed to be like their whole versus Disney, wokening up the whole Rachel Zegler thing. So they've been putting out their own movies for a while, but nobody's really giving a shit. So it's kind of like you're shaking hands with him in hopes to keep your foot in the door in Hollywood and stuff, but like nobody cares about those movies. Nobody watches those movies. I've not seen a clip of their Snow White online. I haven't seen anything. If it is, it's probably deep in conservative side of the internet, and I'm really not on that side, so I really don't know. But I do think that this is kind of like it's a W, but only a W if this movie could be so big that it could break out of their Daily Wire circle, which I don't know if that's possible.
I don't know if that's possible either.
I don't know. I
So
don't know. We'll have to wait and see, though. I have to wait and see. This one's I when I heard this one, I was like, "Holy shit!" Josh is gonna be so surprised. I mean, I never really, I didn't think he was gonna do that. Obviously we know Gina Carano was kind of like the first person and the well-known person to have done that, but knowing that Jonathan Majors did it too is like, maybe Ben Shapiro is the redemption arc. We just don't know it yet.
it's kind of gross, but sure. Let's go with that.
Yeah.
Fucking
He has the redemption arc under his what is the thing on top of it? A mezuzah? They get into mezuzah?
I don't know what
A
I don't know what
yarmulke?
it's called,
I
bro.
don't know what it's
Yeah,
called.
that's it. Yeah,
A
yarmulke.
yarmulke? It's a yarmulke. He keeps it under
Yeah.
his yarmulke, the redemption arc under the yarmulke. Let us know what you guys think, though. Jonathan Majors is making a major comeback. I don't know. And the Daily Wire. Let us know what you guys think. Are you guys subscribed to the Daily Wire Plus? Josh, do you have the subscription?
No, I no. What the fuck? No,
Okay.
I'm a normal ass
I
person.
just I gotta ask. I gotta ask. Normal person is crazy. All right, moving on. Let us know what you guys think. Josh, we're here on our last two trailers, last two topics, but two trailers. First trailer is the Backrooms trailer coming from A24. Seeing this stuff, it's always creepy on my feed when I'm like awake in the middle of the night and I'm just scrolling through TikTok and a bunch of backroom stuff just starts happening and I'm just like, wow, what am I doing to myself? I need to go back to sleep. And then I turn it off and I'm like, I can't go to sleep now. I'm just so frightened. But yeah, I don't know if you've heard of the Backrooms. I don't know if this is something that's hit your radar. It should have.
Oh yeah,
It's your generation.
yeah. I've played multiple games and iterations of it, so yeah, I know.
Okay, so you've been frightened your fair share by these
Right.
game. Have you
Yeah,
seen the videos as well, or just the game?
the game. I've only know the games. I don't think I've ever seen anything that creepy, like video wise. I know
Okay.
the games.
Well, the phone is listening, so it will pop up later. I'm just letting you
God damn. Okay.
know. But let's check out this little teaser. It's a minute long, and we'll see if it captures that eeriness of the video games that you used to play.
I found something.
Okay.
One second. Why is it doing it like that? So stupid. I'm gonna do it from the beginning.
I found something.
Okay. Did you find?
Found a place. It's massive in there. It just goes on and on and on. All these rooms. This place built, though. Actually, more like it remembers them. And the more times it remembers something, the less it does.
Damn. Okay. I like that. That was pretty good. This is my first time seeing the trailer. I was waiting to see it with you to talk about it.
Mm.
So what I do know is people were having an issues with it. Either has to be eerie, like that's the point of the backgrounds. It's like eeriness and like feeling isolated in a big place type of like feeling, or there's the people that really like that there's creatures and entities inside the back rooms chasing you and also leading you toward further into it, basically where there's no escape.
Yeah.
So I kind of enjoy the entity thing. I think that would be kind of fun to see, like the television head or the smiley face, just so we can get decent jump scares. But if it's this whole eeriness look to it, I think I can get behind either or.
I
So that's pretty
think
cool.
that the Backrooms is like a special thing where like it's so much built on like unknown that you could. I think the film could kind of thrive on just like that eeriness feeling, but I don't know if people would just get like too like unsettled if it's just so much of like unknown the whole freaking time. So I don't know if maybe a
Right.
movie monster would probably benefit the movie or not. But I feel like a movie like that could possibly just kind of work as like the imagination basically killing you. You know what I mean? Like that's
Right.
something that would be crazy. I think
I'm I'm down for this. I'm down for this for sure.
A24 coming in clutch with another banger, possibly. I don't know. They like we said, they are branching out to different things. They were having a rocky time at one point, right? There was a few of them where like, oh, they're branching out, but are they really doing anything good? I mean, the Backrooms is
I mean, it's the original people that made the YouTube short. So I think I can get down for this. It's gonna be like
okay.
that other one, Lights Out. So
I'm down. I'm down. Let us know what you guys think. Check out the trailer. Backrooms is out right now. We'll wait for a bigger trailer as well. But I think that teaser basically solidified
sold.
the tone and everything. So I mean, check it out. Let us know what you guys think. Moving on, last but not least, we got the second Mortal Kombat trailer, and you know what? I've been waiting for this one because I've been hearing a lot of rumblings, Josh. A lot of rumblings. You know, I think you've even said it before too. I think we're focusing more on Johnny Cage with this movie. I know in the first one, Cole was kind of like the main guy, and it was a made-up character, and people were like, well, what the fuck? Why are we doing this in the big 2023 instead of doing something with the actual characters? A lot of people were thinking that Cole is going to be changed out to something different. Some people were thinking he's going to bite the dust. But at the end of the day, I think this trailer kind of gives that indication. So let's watch it, and then maybe you let me know what you think is going to happen.
Okay.
You want to know what makes a hero? It's not destiny. It's not something you're born with. It's searching for greatness.
Johnny Cage, you have been chosen for Mortal Kombat.
Then realizing you've had it in you this entire time.
Whoa! I really don't feel comfortable hitting a girl.
Don't worry. You won't.
Yo! Send me back. I want to go back.
The rules of the tournament are simple. Our fates would not be settled by the size of our armies. They would be decided by combat.
I'm not some great warrior. I'm not some champion.
This is a war for the fate of your world.
Finish him! Me?
Earth belongs to me.
We do not kneel!
Our only chance is to face this together.
Let's go, baby.
You, Johnny Cage, are a part of this now. It's showtime.
Get over here!
Johnny will definitely die.
Okay, I love this trailer. This is one of the best trailers of both Mortal Kombat movies that I've seen. This one actually feels, and this is I understand it now. This is the feeling that some people got with the first trailer. The first movie was not diving. It was that whole fish out of water story or whatever. You know, he's not from that world. He's trying to figure it out. Whatever, blah blah. They're doing it kind of again, but they're actually building the Mortal Kombat mythos, and that is more interesting to me than whatever they were doing in the first one. So,
Right. First one.
This one looks really exciting.
The first one was banking a lot on obviously the characters that we knew, but they kind of took a back seat. But they were banking on Scorpion and Sub-Zero. That was like the big matchup in the end, because in the beginning they hyped it all up. And yeah, they're your best selling characters, but when you put them around a new character that no one really cares about, Cole, which I mean, you see him, but he's clearly taking a back seat. This should have been the plan from the jump. I think they heard the criticisms of the first one. They were like, where the fuck are our other characters at? Why is this nobody taking the front seat? Why didn't you put Johnny in the front or Scorpion or anyone else? So I think they heard that and were like, you know what? Let's just go deep into this motherfucker, and they did. I think they're gonna deliver. I can't wait. I'm down.
It looks like they're gonna deliver. The first trailers had me a little. I wasn't sold on the first trailers because of what they did with the first one, but this one got me sold. Like if I'm like, this looks like an actual Mortal Kombat movie for me. So
right.
I'm down for it. I'm down.
This shit looks good. I can't lie. It looks good.
Let us know what you guys think, though. Check out the trailer out right now. Loved it. Loved every second of it.
I love that too.
Let us know what you guys think. With that being said, though, that's our last topic for this episode. Any topics that we should be talking about, movies you want us to review, you want to hear your voice on one of these episodes, Josh, let them know where they can do all that.
Twitter, TikTok, Instagram at FilmBros Podcast. Posting episodes there. We can hit us up there for any news or movies you want us to cover. Buzzsprout link in the social I just gave you. It's like a Patreon. You subscribe to our show. We really appreciate it. Let's just anywhere get your podcast at FilmBros Podcast, Spotify, YouTube Music, Apple Podcasts, again, wherever you get your podcast. Be part of the conversation. Twitch at FilmBros Podcast. And once all said and done, subscribe to our YouTube at FilmBros Podcast.
Yeah, and with that being said, we'll talk to you guys on the next one.
Talk to you guys later.
Okay.